What is going on, everyone? Trust the Buzz here if you're new to the channel. I make Charlotte Hornets content, so if that interests you, make sure you go ahead and hit that subscribe button down below. If you cannot tell by the thumbnail title of this video, in today's video we're going to be talking about Nick Richards, as we have traded him to the Phoenix Suns for Josh Okogie and 3 first-round picks, or 3 second-round picks. I wish 3 first-round picks, 3 second-round picks, and we gave up Nick and a second-round pick. It basically just ends up being Nick and 2 second-round picks for Josh Okogie. That's how I like to look at it, because we gave up a second. But either way, this trade is interesting. We knew it was going to happen as far as Nick Richards getting traded. I think we, as of late, knew it was more than likely going to be the Phoenix Suns, just because they were the team that desperately needed a big man of some kind, because as we saw, we dominated them both times within the paint when we played them. I know we lost the last game, but that was more so on us than more so on like the Phoenix Suns just doing what the Phoenix Suns do. So with that being said, it was just very obvious that it needed a big man. As Ogadaro, who I actually really liked coming out of Marquette. I thought he would have been really good for us. And Mason Plumlee, he just have not been doing what the Phoenix Suns need, especially when you have Kevin Durant, Devin Booker, and Bradley Beal. They have other issues as well, but I guess they'll figure that out when they get there. As for us, I think it was huge picking up Josh Okogie, just because of the fact that he is another wing defender. I know people have already been saying that, like, we already have Josh Green, we already have Cody Martin, and now we have Josh Okogie. Like, you know, what's the deal? But we needed that. We needed more wing players. We needed a big wing almost. He kind of fits more so Josh Green than he does Cody Martin in terms of just who we're comparing him to on the roster. But having more Josh Greens, I don't think is a problem. I know that there are some issues we had with Josh Green, but I want to say it's the system. We saw that Josh Green in Dallas was able to kind of be like this energetic, run up and down the court, thrive in transition. You have Luka and Kyrie taking people off you, so that allows you to be more open for shots. He doesn't have that here, and that was one thing that I think we all saw coming into this season, was that how would he adjust. And there's times where he does really well, and there's times where he does nothing. So I think he's still trying to find his balance, as it seems as though the whole team is trying to find their balance. With Josh Okogie, I think he fits a little more, even though next season his contract's not guaranteed, so we don't even know if he'll be here next season. The Hornets can look at him. I think he'll get a lot of minutes and a lot of rotation time, just because of the fact that they want to see, are they willing to pick up his, I think it's $8 million, $7 million deal for next year, and then he'll be a free agent after that. But I think he fits more just because of the fact that while he doesn't take too many threes, he is a good wing defender. Like I said, we desperately need that. And then this year, his three-point shot has been on the uptick, shooting 38% from 3. He's efficient around the rim. I think that's just a good pickup. I know that we lose the size of Nick Richards, but I think a lot of people need to realize that we aren't good. Even at full health, we are not good. And this is like a step back to take a step forward. The only thing I would say is I'm kind of nervous about the accumulation of all these second-round picks. I understand that they do have a place in this league. I just don't know what that gets you. I'm personally more so thinking that these second-round picks will be used to move up in the draft. That's just kind of where I'm at right now. Obviously, they could be used for players. We could kind of pick players up in like 3-way deals and whatnot. Second-round picks are good for that. But ultimately, I think that this is like we're trying to get back in, specifically for this upcoming draft, but we're trying to get back in the first round. We're trying to move up 2 spots depending on where they land. Like, I think that's where the second-round picks are going to come in handy. We'll see. As far as what we get in Josh Okogie, I really like that he could provide us that defense. I like that he's not really a good ball handler, but we've seen that he has big games and he's comfortable. Like, he's kind of like Cody Martin in that sense. Maybe he is more like Cody Martin than he is Josh Green. I don't know. He's kind of like a mixture of the two, which I'm okay with. We don't have the guys that can really put the ball on the floor. Not saying he's elite at it, but it's better than kind of what we have, especially with Nick Richards, when his production can be replaced by Moussa Diabate, who I'm a big fan of. It's not to say Nick Richards isn't better than Diabate. I do believe Nick Richards is better than Diabate. It's just more so saying that I don't think Diabate is far off from giving us what Nick was able to give us. He may lack a little bit offensively, but he makes up for it in tenacious rebounding, switchability on defense as a whole. I just think he's a better defensive player and a smarter player with a better basketball IQ. He just needs repetitions. I think that we give Diabate solid backup big man minutes, by the time he's Nick Richards' age, if he's on the team that long, I think he'll give us a better product at that time. Will I say he's going to be a starting center? I don't know, but I do think he'll be a little more impactful and just a little more reliable than Nick Richards was. As you all know, I've kind of came around on Nick Richards as the last season, but I still felt as though there was a lot to be desired. He left a lot to be desired. So it's good to kind of see him off the team. No disrespect to him or anything like that, but I'd rather have the wing defender. We see that a lot of these teams are built off wings. My biggest issue also with Nick Richards was something that had nothing to really do with him. It's more so that we had Diabate, Mark, and Nick. There was no reason to have all three of them. They all kind of do the same thing in their own ways, which Mark Williams had a fantastic game last night. 31 points, 13 rebounds, like a steal, 3 steals and a block, something like that. But great game for him. But yeah, they're all kind of the same mold of player, even though they, their styles may be different, but their mold is very much the same. And I've said that a lot on this channel. So having Okogie, while the mold of Okogie, Josh Green, and Cody Martin's the same, I feel as though that's a step in the right direction because we see a lot of teams go that way. Personally, I don't even think Cody Martin's going to be here that long. I think Cody Martin's probably next up. There was already rumors that Cody Martin was actually mentioned in the deal to go to Phoenix, but Phoenix wanted us to take back Jusuf Nurkic, and we were like, if we do that, then we want all your assets, and the Phoenix Suns just weren't for that, which I get, but I also get it for the Hornets. Like, we're not going to take Jusuf Nurkic for $19 million or $18 million just to, give you Cody Martin and Nick Richards. We could use Cody Martin and get something too, and use Nick Richards and get what we got. So overall, I like the trade. It does make us worse, I feel as though. It's not to say Josh Okogie can't have an impact on his team. I don't think he's going to be someone that is just night in and night out the best player on the team, second best player on the team there. But I do feel as though with one thing that we've been missing is consistency, and that's from all of our players, maybe except LaMelo. And even then, like, he does so much that he may be inconsistent with scoring at times, as in just sometimes the shot doesn't go in, but he makes up for it in other ways. With Josh Okogie, what you see is what you get. He can put pressure on the rim. He's getting better at shooting. I can't say he's a shooter, but he's getting better. If that's a trajectory of any kind, I'm willing to take. I think that shoot 38%, even though he's only taking like less than two shots a game or 2 threes a game, I think that that's still something I can live with. And he's going to give you defense. I'll take that. I'll take that any day of the week. He's a hard-working guy. He does all the little things. I think that having those kind of guys is what we needed. And, what we're missing in talent with Nick Richards, I think we gain in hustle and effort and IQ with Josh Okogie. But let me know what you think down in the comment section below. I'll probably do another video just going more into depth with Josh Okogie, but this was just my initial thoughts, so sorry if it was all over the place. But I just like to just give you my raw emotion. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. If I'm right, I'm right. We'll always adjust, and I'll tell you I was wrong. But that's just kind of where I'm at right now. I think that this was a good pickup. I think that it gives us a chance to look at somebody for cheap that can truly impact the team. And then also, this is where the NBA is going, having all these wing players that can defend and shoot. That it's a free look at a guy like that without having to waste the money in free agency and then be like, oh, well, he stinks, and now we've already paid him and we can't trade him. So I think in that aspect it makes it a great deal. But let me know what you think once again down in the comment section below, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.